just give me, each of you, your boilerplate assessment right now of Kash Patel.
Unsure.
You're unsure, or he's unsure?
He's unsure about basically everything. I just don't. As has been reported, you heard him drop that phrase. Was the FBI doing that reporting about his motivations?
No.
I don't seem to recall that. So anything the FBI has revealed, they weren't the first ones revealing anything.
Is the trial that we were supposedly told is why he couldn't speak?
He had every
Did that trial conclude that he can talk to Catherine now?
Was he talking about Ryan Routh,
right,
or Ruth, however you pronounce his name, or was he talking about the Butler, Pennsylvania crooks near assassination? Again, the more they open their mouth, the more that they release, the more questions that they actually beg. Like the clarification on this Willie Tepes dude, or not dude, whatever he is. That might just be an alias.
It likely is.
It's mind-boggling. It invokes absolutely no confidence whatsoever. And again, I say to you, if they came out and said, okay, we were lying, we had to cover up for this reason, we had to play things close to the vest for this reason, here's everything we know. And it's everything that maybe Tucker Carlson, Miranda Devine has pointed out. Who would believe him at that point? The FBI in and of itself, before Kash and Dan came, they've completely shot their credibility whatsoever. So again, I'm not even sure if they're in a position where they can actually do any illumination, where they can actually answer any of the questions that we have, because they haven't, from the word go, it doesn't seem like, from my vantage point, from the word go, they really haven't shown themselves to be that forthcoming. Or maybe it's just all of us out here in the cheap seats are just wrong about everything, and there really is no there there. Those are the only two answers. Either mass hysteria, or they're just lying and covering up. I refuse to believe just incompetence gets you to this level.
I agree with the latter. Before I get to you, I want to follow up with something you said, Aaron, and get your take on it. I continue, and Catherine's very good at this, and it's cost her some of her own career by being very good and honest at a lot of this. But I continue to be frustrated at obvious follow-up questions in these interviews that do not get asked. Can I throw one your way, Aaron, and get your reaction to it? Okay. How is it possible that you have no idea what the actions of the previous FBI were? How is that possible?
That was going to be my comment.
Because here, Mr. Patel, I assume you had trials that you guys had to pick up and investigations you had to pick up and on other matters from the previous regime. That you guys weren't given just an empty slate on day one. Everything had been wrapped up and you guys get to start from zero, right? There was carryover, right? So what do you do in a trial then? Hey, we have no chain of evidence. We have no chain of investigation, no chain of custody. We don't know what the previous FBI was up to. We're just trying to figure this out on our own. How is that? How, Aaron, is that remotely possible? How is it?
At best, it's disingenuous. At worst, it's something very dark.
Yeah, I just don't trust the guy. I think he's lying to me like every time he talks, Kash Patel. I just think he's lying to me. I'm just going to be honest. He's lying to me every time.
We are told, how did Kash Patel make his bones?
By being a special investigator of these things, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're very well aware of what the culture of that three-letter agency is. But when it comes to this case, you're going to have to ask Director Wray, former director. I just don't believe him. Just don't.
I think it's either a lie, Todd, every time the guy speaks, I think it's a lie of omission and commission. Every time Dan speaks, it feels like there's some mental constipation there, and he's battling with how much can I actually excrete here, okay? Am I allowed to, how much am I allowed to excrete into the toilet here? Everything from Dan is pained that I see. Everything from Kash, I just think is dishonest.
From a different place.
Yes, yeah. From Kash, I just feel like everything's is a lie of omission, commission, constantly.
If that's true, Thanos didn't teach him how to lie because he's so bad at it. He must think the I in FBI stands for like inept or inconsequential or inert, because it's
ignorant. Yes.
I was going to comment about Catherine anyways. If you're supposed to investigate things, yet you are saying, I don't know, I can't even investigate. Out loud, he's saying, I can't investigate my own organization, let alone whatever else I'm supposed to be investigating.
Great point. Yeah.
This is the point about if he's lying, and I think he is, he's terrible at it.
Yeah, of course he's lying. Of course he is. And he is terrible at it. And so all the questions that remain from that point forward become increasingly uncomfortable. And you're out of benign and innocent explanations.
I think most people in that job, this is not a defense of him, but I think unless you have Ron DeSantis level of 0 Fs to give, I think Washington is a place that it triangulates in on you so hard and finds your Achilles heel. And most people...
And everyone has one because we're human.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah, but that's a theological truth. But we've lowered the bar so far
That's
on our...
true too.
All we do is have excuses.
Let me give
days.
since you went there.
We're victims all the time. We have too much comfort. This is why I make this point all the time. That's not good enough. We have got to run the damn country.
All right, let me throw a hypothetical out there. Just hypothetically speaking. Let's test your theorem, okay? Hypothetically speaking. Let's say that Kash Patel is in on some of the honeypot sex party hijinks. Let's say he's, on Corey Mills's, text thread of where the semi-trafficked women are heading tonight, and are you in? Let's say that that's true, okay? If just based on what you just said, based on where morality is today, if it came out that Kash Patel was involved in all kinds of DC, occultic level orgies, but he told us the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth on Thomas Matthew Crooks, on the deep state stuff that he supposedly is the guy on. You see what I'm trying to say? How would the public weigh that, do you think? Would the public say, well, this person's just, this level of morality, immorality, we can't stomach, so your public behavior no longer matters? Or would people largely say, you know what, I already voted for a guy for president 3 times.
Yeah, I was good.
Because he did a good job.
Who's our president?
Yeah, I'm not asking Kash Patel to pastor my church or priest my rectory. All right, I hired him to do a job. All right, and while I may find that behavior to be deplorable, ultimately that's between him and his God and whoever his significant other is at the time, and what he cares about his reputation. All I really needed Kash Patel to do is be a vessel of deconstructing the deep state. So the blackmail material against him, allegedly, of course, the blackmail material there against him is of no concern to me because he did his job. I kind of think, and we may not like that, to a certain degree, but I do kind of think of where we are postmodernism, post-sexual revolution. I really don't think it would matter at all. I really don't. I don't.
Genuinely.
If he did the job, I don't think it would matter.
Generally speaking, I agree with that.
So then that's not an excuse then for being captured is what we're saying.
Right.
So then we're left with either he doesn't know that, there is something in his personal life that has him completely compromised and he doesn't know that. Or things get even more sinister then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If we're talking people aren't just have, blackmail material over their heads, then we're getting into the, like cigarette smoking man kind of realms of off-label government here at this point then. You better, to the point you're almost hoping these people are this compromised.
Yeah, more or less.
Then, you know what? Then these institutions are irredeemable then and just have to be mothballed at that point.
Probably, yes.
But we all agree, to some varying degree, we don't trust anything Kash Patel says literally about anything.
Pretty
on the
much.
surface.
No, not at all.
I mean, if Tyler Robinson's family, see, that's the whole thing with the whole Candace Owens thing. I mean, you have to, then why did Tyler Robinson's family, I don't trust the FBI's investigation at all. Why'd they turn their own son in then? Why'd they turn over all the texts? You see what I'm, so they framed their own kid, And if if the kid's a useful idiot, we've seen all kinds of. Anybody here believe Epstein killed himself on this panel here on the show? Anybody believe this?
No.
So we've seen all kinds of useful idiots just magically disappear if they have to, right? Okay. Then we have one of the most outspoken Epstein victims just somehow die in a vehicular accident, got ran over by a car or something a few months ago, wasn't it? Earlier this year, wasn't it? All right. So, and then we all just move on. Okay. If Tyler Robinson was absolutely just a complete and total simp, Patsy, then he wouldn't be alive right now. I mean, so that's what blows that entire narrative up. But the reason why so many people fall for it is because of the entire 10-minute conversation we just had. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is prima facie evidence to believe that there's nothing, you can't believe anything these people say or do, even when there are people in charge.